How's it going, Ronan? How you getting on, bud?
Good now, John.
Good. So I had a quick glance over your application there and had a look at a few things. And first of all, what got you on this call with me today, bud?
I suppose I just wanted to make a change in my career. I'm just sick of kind of what I'm doing, and yeah, I have been with a while now, so I just thought I saw people making a lot of money on the online space, so I just wanted to see what it was about, and yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you said you're doing a lot yourself, and what is it that you're doing with your Monday to Friday? What are you at, bud?
I'm working in agriculture, so I do long hours, Monday to Friday, and actually a bit on the weekends as well, like trying to, yeah, kind of sort his relentless with hours, right?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm actually born in Dublin myself, but I was raised in Wicklow, blessing and man. So you see the lads out farming all the time, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
the long days and the long nights and the unpredictable days and the
Yeah.
unpredictable nights.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so what kind of sector are you in the agriculture, lad? What are you doing? Are you doing a bit of
It's
everything?
dairy. Dairy is the
Dairy.
main sector. Yeah, yeah. You have like people that are in dairy, like kind of like to do a little bit of beef as well and stuff. But it's only just I don't know. They don't even make that much money when it comes down to it with all the expenses. Like,
Yes, yeah, yeah, 100%. You hear lads having that debate around blessing them, to be honest with you, anyway. Like, up the
mm.
blessing and mark, like that's always a topic,
Hmm.
Um, so with that sector, obviously, with the milking and stuff, obviously long enough days, lad, them days start early. So run us
Yeah.
through there what your day is like on the dairy side of things.
Yeah. So like, I'd have to be up at like 5:30 at the latest, and the guy I work for, I'd be starting around 6 a.m., 6 or 6:15 at the latest, kind of thing, and I'd be straight into milking, and yeah, I'd be working the whole day, I suppose, until I suppose with the place I work with, it could be roughly about 5, 6 o'clock, which sounds a bit sad now, but a lot of farmers think I have a grand life because I'm finished at that time. Because
Yeah.
a lot of farmers work till 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and that's all they do. And they'd be covered in fucking shit, and they wouldn't care that they're filthy. And I'd say some of them would only lick themselves clean. They wouldn't even fucking hop into the shower.
100%, lad, 100%. No, I agree. Like, I think the Irish men in general, it's an ego thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
When
Oh,
the,
definitely.
the
Yeah.
later the later you come through that door, like, it's hard. But like, lad, you're still working long hours, like, do you know what I mean? And is that how many days a week? Obviously, with the farming, there's no break, so I'm guessing you're racking out the 7 days, like.
Yeah, like be full on days, and then like we'll say typically on a Saturday and Sunday. My father's a farmer as well, so generally the place I work, like I'm not working there on weekends unless I have to filter in an odd weekend. But it's like generally just kind of, well, when I say just, it's still work, but you get up in the early on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning if you're working, and you'd milk, and same at the evening, but you try and have a gap in the middle of the day. I suppose I try to
Mm,
have that gap just to have some bit of downtime, like, or try and keep the missus happy, like, all right. But at the same
yeah.
time, it's not really enough either, like, 'cause I'm always looking at the clock, like, saying, oh, I must be back for this time.
Yes, yeah. Your whole day runs around the clock, really, like,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
with you lads. And then, as I
God
was saying
forbid.
earlier on, you have the
Yeah,
unpredictable thrown in there, like,
yeah.
that's always a little bit of spice. So, um, and I like, are you with all this work, obviously, then have you much hobbies in the background, or
Yeah,
obviously full time?
I really enjoy I suppose the fitness and strength conditioning training and stuff like that, and I play GA as well.
Right,
So
fair enough.
yeah, but it's tough to work, all right, like 'cause the work is physical as well, like.
Yeah, so physical, physical, physical. It's all
Yeah,
physical,
all
yeah.
day
So,
long. Yeah,
and how's that on the body, lad? So, like with
tough.
the training and stuff, you're doing. What's the story to GAA and the strength conditioning? 2 days, 2 days, or what's the kind of
Well,
story
like
there?
normally, like it's a little bit unstructured, like with the strength training, like, but like they'd give you guidelines, and it's up to you to kind of do the strength training. But you'd have the team training on a Tuesday and Thursday, and maybe a game on a Saturday. Um, but yeah, with strength training, then might try and go like early on a Monday morning and a Wednesday morning before I even start work. Um,
Sure.
just to get it done because you'll be fucked after your day's work, like. But then I normally train at night, like on a Tuesday and Thursday, and I can't really help that. I've some
Yeah.
chance to recover on a weekend, all right, for the game, like. But
Mm.
yeah, like it's not ideal, like for recovery, like, and like everybody, like you hear guys constantly on about recovery, like and sleep and all this, like and proper nutrition. But it's tough, like when you're working that
Yeah,
hours.
yeah. So you're saying there, lad, like you're up in the morning time, before work. So I heard you saying you're starting at 5, half 5. So with the train and then, lad, what time are you up at? It must be.
Oh well, like we'll say, like if I was going to work, like I need to be up at 5, half 5 to be there for like we'll say for 6 or six
Yeah,
fifteen. But yeah, I'd be setting the alarm clock for gym mornings at like 4:30 because I'd have no choice just to get a quick session in, and it's not even quality when it comes down to it. 'Cause I'm looking at the clock like rushing, like it's not.
yes.
It's probably not a proper warm up and stuff. Like I have got injuries, like and
Mm. So like obviously just there, like just one point, like you're saying about your whole day runs around the clock, man. How does that affect you? Like, because like obviously you say yourself, it's a lot of stress because time waits for no man. So like, how do you find that affects you, lad? Like constantly having to just be time, 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 time.
honestly, that I think the past couple of months, like I'm. Inside, mentally, I wouldn't be great some days. Like, I'd be really pissed off. Like, and Jesus Christ,
Mm.
I don't like to make a show in front of people, but like, there's been days that I've been just really so pissed off. It's like a mini breakdown by myself
Mm.
in the fucking tractor saying, "What am I doing?"
I understand that. I was the same when I was working with cranes and stuff. You'll have nights there where you think you're going home at 5 or 6, and then 3 or 4 trucks come in, and you start to lose your cool, and
Yeah,
before you know it, your temper's gone, and you're seeing red. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't miss that myself. Um, so obviously with the GAA and stuff, and training twice a week, and like not feeling like you're getting put the full Monty in because obviously with the farming and the sleep and then strength conditioning and stuff, and like does that have an effect on the GAA side of it first of all?
Yeah, oh, definitely, definitely. Like, there's been nights I've rocked up to training. We've been doing a warm up. A lot of guys might be in college or whatever, and like they'd be getting up at half 8, 9 in the morning, so they'd be a lot more energy than me, and I'd be nearly half asleep. Like my eyes would be nearly shutting. Like,
Yeah, you have a full day's work done and there when he's starting, like,
yeah.
yeah. And like, would you find then, like, so what kind of level are you playing at? What's the story with the GAA? Are you playing much
Tis
or?
tis only just club level now. Like, all right, like,
Yeah,
and like by I mean club level, it's not even senior club. Like, it's intermediate. So.
right. Yeah, but it's still a bit of graft at it, like, still a bit of
Yeah.
work with it. But
Yeah.
and then
There's a lot of
obviously,
work in it, right? Like still like yeah.
yeah, of course, and like you traveling with the games and stuff like that as well. Like I know
Yeah.
that'll be a big thing for boys, and geez, you
Yeah.
never know
Cork.
where you could be
Yeah.
training with the games, like,
Yeah.
that kind of way.
Because Cork's a massive county as well, lad. Like you could go where I'm from, it could take me like you could travel north 2 hours, you could travel east an hour and a half, or you could travel further west, southwest, like an hour, over 2 hours actually to get like to the very, very southwest. Like so it's a massive county, like.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Genuinely, it is. I've done a bit of traveling in a camper van down there before, and
Yeah.
fucking beautiful, beautiful place.
Hmm.
But geez, that's a lot of going, lad. Like obviously, as you said, you're up some mornings at half 4, and if the latest half 5, and you're going at all these games and stuff, and as you say, it could be an hour and a half. Like you must be mentally and physically drained with all that kind of consistent. And fair play, lad, for showing up for yourself like that, because like there's not a lot of lads that do that. But like, is there anything else going on in the background? How is that with the family and the father? Like, you're saying that you help your father on the weekends and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Saturday and
Yeah.
Sundays. Like,
Yeah.
obviously trying to show up for him as well. Like that must be fair going. Like 7 days a week.
Yeah, like I try and get a day off here and there, like, but it's like if I have a day off, his mindset would be, oh, sure, he doesn't have a bad life at all. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you kind of say my own head, fuck off, you prick. Like, there's people
yeah,
working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, like,
yeah. Sure. I understand that. I'd be doing 70-hour weeks, and my father would ring me and he'd say, "Are you working?" And, yeah, yeah, I'm working. And what time you finished? I finished. Well, can you come up here? There's a gearbox to pull out of the sat, or
oh,
there's something that, and you're saying, Jesus Christ, you never stop. But
mm.
and that's 100%. And so are you on this journey on your own? Have you got a missus or anything like that, bud?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend as well, and she's from another side of Cork, and she moved down to be with me, like, as in like we're paying rent, like, and she got a job in my near my local town. just to satisfy me with the J and the farming. So like, it's very good of her, like, but I think it isn't very fair, like, the amount
Mm.
I'm nicking out, like, and the amount I've on, like, it's like
Yeah,
she may as well just have moved down herself, like, and just have an old housemate, like, or something, like, because
yeah,
that's the way it is sometimes, like.
yeah. No, 100%. It's funny. I find a lot of myself in you there because that was the exact same with myself when I was on the journey. The girlfriend would say the same thing. Feels like a housemate, not a boyfriend. So
Yeah.
with all this situation, with all this current stuff you've got going on and stuff, like how is that putting it? Okay, so you have your father going on, you're contracted Monday to Friday, you're doing the GAA, you're doing the strength conditioning, you have your balancing your girlfriend, like you're you're a jack of all trades, lad. Like how has that been? Like mentally, like you were saying, the last few months have been really tough. Like
Mhm.
mentally, like could you paint that picture for me? What's that picture look like, lad?
Yeah, like you just said there, a jack of all trades. Well, generally, if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none because you can't put the focus like on
Mm,
anything, and like that's what's frustrated me too. Like, as in, like I always like question, like if I just had like less toll in the body throughout the week, like and less toll, I suppose, mentally as well on myself. Like, I question
mm,
like how far could I go, kind of as an athlete too. Like, I always question that, but I'm coming to the age now where like. I'm 25, like I'm not that old either, but like, retirement age is kind of around 30, like in sport generally, like or GA anyway, like, but like,
mm,
I'm never gonna fucking, when you grow up and you're young fella and you love GA, like you always want to kind of like play county or whatever, like, but that's probably not a reality anymore anyway, like as it is, but like what's the next best thing? Probably like being playing senior club, like, or winning a senior county, which is very unrealistic too. But it's just like the frustration, like of saying, like, Jesus, how f much further could I have gone if
mm,
I wasn't doing this? And then as well, the fact that the other thing is like, I kind of what brought me on the call, I suppose, is like I was questioning, like, how far could I actually go, kind of as an athlete or as a person, like in general, like in life, if I what didn't if I had this time back, like, that I'm losing throughout the week, like.
yeah.
That's my question. Like, or obviously traveling was on the bucket list as well. Like, and like I said, there's people that get married at 30, like, and settle down and have kids. Like, so time is slipping away. I suppose, yeah, it is very frustrating. I suppose very frustrating. All right, like, especially the past
Mm,
couple of months really kicked in with me. Like, all right, that way.
yeah. So like as you're saying, lad, like you have so much going on, and I like that. Jack of all trades, master of none. Like I understand that, and like with all this, like you're racking up serious hours, man. Like, do you feel like you'd have time to invest in yourself, like to invest in a new venture with all these other things?
Yeah, I questioned that as well, like, and I was trying to kind of make a plan in place, like, yeah, I was talking to the girlfriend about it too, like, and she was very supportive and understanding. Like, I had the
Mm,
free time in the weekends, kind of in the middle of the day. Obviously, you want to still make a little bit of time for her, but like, if she thought, like she was saying, like, if she thought this would get me out of what I'm doing hours wise, she'd be very supportive, like. So
yeah.
I kind of see a good opportunity on the weekends, and then I kind of had in my head as well, like saying. We're coming into the winter time now, and I am in the off season from GA, so there isn't as much training going on anyway. Obviously, you're supposed to
Mm,
do bits yourself, but like
mm,
you can set it to your own kind of schedule and make it snappier, quicker if you
yeah.
want. So I just thought I'd actually be able to fit in a little bit of time during this off season as well, weeknights like or week mornings or one or the other anyway. So I
Mm,
feel like if I made the most of it now throughout the winter until next February, like should kind of have a bit of time to put into it, like.
right. Okay. And so like with this kind of side of things, have you looked into anything similar before, or would this be like with high ticket sales and affiliate marketing? Would this kind of be or digital marketing? Sorry, would that be kind of where you're firstly looking at, or have you done a bit of research? Or
Yeah, I looked into things a little bit, like, but yeah, like this stood out the most, I suppose, and this pushed me, I suppose, to book a call. I've never gone this far, like, I was
hmm
looking into kind of things that weren't digitally, like, for a while, like, as in, I was looking at doing hoof pairing for animals, like, because
Yeah.
tis high in demand, all right. But then, like, I look at the side of it, like, saying it's still physical labor, like I've heard of people that had to retire doing that at like 40 or 50 because of their back
Mm,
would be at him because he'd be bending so much. the other thing about it as well is like I do actually a little bit of it there for the fella I work for, but like you could actually get killed doing that job as well if you weren't careful.
Mm,
It'd blow the head
yeah.
off you, like. So I
Mm,
don't know. This just with the more and more I thought about it, this stands out so much more. Like,
yeah. So like with all the the hours and as you say the hoofing and stuff, is there any other job you've kind of looked into that I know like obviously you have requirements with the father and stuff, but like during the
mm.
week, is there anything else that you kind of could do to give yourself a little bit more of a chance with getting that bit of time freedom back? Because that's what I keep kind of hearing from you here, lad. It's like that time freedom is the real point that it like could change something for you. So have you ever looked into anything that would give you kind of that little bit more time freedom back?
Um, Not really, not a whole pile. Like, as in, like I said, I was kind of, I suppose for a couple of months, I was just trying to follow trends and stuff, or just see things online like that were
Yeah.
working for people. Like, all right, and yeah, this was a big one, like the high ticket sales. All right, like, but I suppose initially how it started is like I had a few gurus on TikTok. I suppose they were popping up, like saying about learning a high income skill, high in demand, like. Um, so I was trying to kind of see what was there, like, and I suppose I do like to talk a lot, like, so that's why I just thought maybe if I got confident at it, it might suit in the long run.
Okay. Okay.
So I hadn't really like outside of this, like, I'll be honest, like,
No, that's fair. That's fair. So, what kind of put the foot down for you, lad? I just heard you saying, you've been kind of looking at this space for a few months and blah blah blah. What was the kind of pinpoint now to make that change? Why now?
well, I suppose I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired, basically, like, so it's not just I'm sick and tired of it. It's like it's been going on with a while, like.
Mm,
So I suppose it just really gave me an urge. A couple of very challenging, tough days of work, like mentally and physically on the body,
mm.
just like made me realize, like, fuck this, like, because like I was saying in my own head, like, work is work, like, but work shouldn't be a fucking workout, like.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. So, taking the toll on the body, taking the toll on your relationship,
Yeah.
training and stuff like that. So obviously, like if you could see like the last 6 months of, as you said yourself, like it's just, kind of realization of how mentally and physically tired you've been and the repetition of it all. So if that's what the last 6 months look like, what do you think the next 6 months could look like for you?
Like doing the same thing you're saying, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'd say very, very miserable. Like the hardest, I don't know, the so-called hardest time of year in farming, like it's kind of February to kind of April when all the
Mm,
cows start calving.
yeah.
And I just remember it last year, and like, I was very unhappy. Like I just
Mm,
thought, look, it'll get better. Like this isn't to be all and end all, but like I was very depressed like that time, like 'cause
yeah.
it was just it was constant, like, and like there was no let up, like,
Mm,
every day was just it was brutal, like. So
yeah.
I suppose it's November now. Yeah, that's the thing as well. That's a big motivator, I suppose, to get away from it. Like I don't want to be there this time next February.
Yes. Yeah, of course. So then I'm going to ask you what the next 6 months. You just kind of gave me a brief outline there. You don't want to be calving next February, and I
Mhm.
don't blame you, lad. I've done it once before, and Jesus Christ, man, it's the whole lot of seeing. It's like watching A&E, but in real life,
Yeah, yeah.
and pulling the calf out and stuff. Jesus Christ, man, it's intense. Like,
Hmm.
so, like, what would be the vision? Where would Ronan see himself in 6 months? Obviously, not calving, please
Hmm.
God, but you
Yeah.
know, where else?
Um, yeah, I suppose as as a high ticket closer, um, I suppose as a high ticket closer, I suppose making a bit more money, like, than I am now as well. Like, I'm not minted, like, at all. Like from the hours I do, like, the return isn't great, like, so, like, if it was a top up on money a little bit, I'd add that to it. But like I said as well, I don't know if this is a 6 month goal or not, but like I want to do some bit of traveling, like, before I have to properly settle down, like, as well. I want to see things, all right, like, rather than just going away for a week's holidays and that be that, like,
Mm.
So I suppose dim goals, all right, like yeah, and to leave the farming, obviously, like with that.
Yeah, of course. And like, why have these goals? Why now? Why? If I could really ask you, like, so they, in 6 months, high ticket clothes and going and traveling, like, what would that really do for you, lad?
What I really do, I suppose, to give me more time to spend with my girlfriend,
Mm,
firstly. I suppose, yeah, give me more time to actually enjoy life as well. Like that's God Almighty. If I go away to, let's just say, a Celtic match, like I went away last December. Do you know, the mentality is like with most people I work with, oh, he's a grand life, he's a grand life. Do you know? So I
mm,
suppose, yeah,
mm,
more time and the location freedom actually as well, like is like I would really appreciate that, like because just
mm,
to be not be tied in somewhere, like is a tied into a location, like I think uh
mm.
yeah. And I suppose like to actually give back to my girlfriend what she was trying to give to me by moving down here in the first place.
Yeah, we got a lot of people saying that. I think you realize when you have a good one mind, you do it, you do a lot, you sacrifice a lot just to put a smile on their face at the end of the day. So,
Hmm.
um, I completely understand that, lad. I completely understand that. Um, so with regards to like, if we were to put a figure on the next 6 months, where would you see or feel that you'd be in them kind of 6 months?
So like an income, is it you're saying?
Yeah, like if you were to put a number on where you'd kind of see Ronan earning a month, what would that kind of figure be? Because
uh,
obviously you're saying that the traveling and stuff like that, but
uh
money has to do that for you.
well, like I see guys that are like hitting 10K months. And obviously that would be maybe a goal eventually, but like money doesn't buy happiness like either. But obviously in order to travel, like I wouldn't be leaving my girlfriend behind. So if I was able to make enough, I suppose for both of us, that we could just travel comfortably to maybe cheaper destinations that are more authentic than Ireland. You're talking maybe a 5K month, something like that, 5.5K month to get by.
Mm,
And then with the goal, I suppose, of obviously, having more time to put into this to develop and get better, to have
yeah,
ultimately increase that over time. Yeah.
yeah. So if with what you're earning now and 5K, is there much of a difference in that really? Like,
Yeah, like tis well, yeah, it isn't quite doubling what I make now.
Mm,
No, it's not doubling what I make now. I suppose it's no, no, no.
okay,
Not a huge difference, I suppose.
okay. So like, do you think that 5 grand would do what you need it to do? Do like you see that 5 grand going that you can travel comfortably, like you and the girlfriend and stuff. Do you see that being something that would actually fund that?
Um, suppose it depends where you go, really. But yeah, I know what you mean, all right. Could be very comfortable, I suppose. Would I
Mm,
want to aim a little bit more?
mm, yeah, yeah, that's
Uh,
100%.
yeah, I suppose
You
maybe.
don't need a lot to get by, I suppose. That's fair enough. Like you're a man of just simple nature. You don't need to have the thousands and thousands and thousands to get by. So, so what I'm kind of gathering here is, Ronan, it's not really as much the money that you're trying to get back as much in a sense. It's trying to get back that time with your girlfriend and obviously for your own mental health as well, lad. So like
Yeah.
I completely understand that. I completely understand.
Hmm. Yeah, you'd be right there. You'd be right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, there's been a lot of time lost, like, all right, like, I see a lot of people my age that go away places and enjoy themselves, like, down under in Australia or wherever, or Thailand or Bali or wherever. And
Mm.
I suppose I'd be watching them kind of secretly jealous, I suppose, a little bit.
Yes.
Like, and I realize I'm not getting any younger. I know that from actually the sport more than anything, because a lot of guys, the average age is 21, 22. That's getting onto the
Mhm.
team nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, of course, lad. No, 100%, 100%. I totally agree. It's something that a lot of men, I think, in Ireland struggle with. That kind of thing. It's like we live our youth, and obviously a lot of people in Ireland start drinking and stuff at a very a very young age, you know, and
Mm.
by the time they actually hit 20, they're kind of nearly done with it, you know, that kind of way. And then when you hit 25, you're kind of saying, Jesus, I didn't see them 5 years going by. And then it changes from drinking and partying to mortgages and babies and weddings, you know, and it kind of changes
Yeah,
a whole path. And it's very, very scary because it happens
it is.
overnight, lad.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just feels like you're 20 in the pub with your mates having a pint, and then you're 25 and you're going to a wedding for your friend. And
Mm.
it's a very, very surreal feeling, lad. I know
Yeah,
what it's like. I think we'll leave that there, will we? I've
yeah.
basically used the whole call.
Not about it. I'll stop.